How's it going there? Jeff Fritz here, and I'm joined by Nick Vella from the Open Live Writer application. Hey, Nick, it's great to see you.
It's great to see you too, Jeff. How's it going?
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm enjoying .NET Conf, but Open Live Writer, let's talk a little bit about what a great application that is and how you got involved with this project.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a funny story. It all started when I was just sort of going about my day-to-day business, just using, I guess, Windows on my laptop as I normally do. And for my coursework, I have to work in .NET. My course itself is in .NET and in C Sharp. And as I was learning new things, I sort of wanted to blog about it. So I thought,
Mm,
you know what? Open Live Writer, that's a thing. It's quite popular. It's quite venerable. Many people have sung
okay.
their praises about it. So I thought I'll give it a shot. And I did, and it worked quite well, right up until I decided to post an image. So my blog was hosted on Blogger at the time, and also at the time, Blogger photo upload was quite it was broken pretty much. What had happened was Google had deprecated those APIs that we were using, and we had to find a workaround. So I thought, you know what? I haven't really worked in open source before. This seems like something easy to get my head stuck into. There's not too much, I guess, process behind it. It's quite a quiet project, so to speak. So it should be easy to just, fork it, make a change, get some feedback, and work on that nice and slowly, no stress. I thought I'll give that a shot, and I did. And it took me about 3 to 4 days. And at first, I tried using the Google Photos API. I found that was a bit I guess it wasn't really up to scratch to what we needed to do. We
Mm,
couldn't get URLs to embed from. So we ended up settling on Google Drive. So now using OpenLiveWriter, at least the latest builds, we're getting a release out soon. Um, Posting an image to a Blogger blog will actually upload that image to your Google Drive, share it, take the URL to that, and then embed that in your post. And that change alone has made a lot of people very happy.
very cool, yeah.
I believe, yeah, Blogger I think is the second most popular. We don't actually have any official stats or analytics or anything, but just going off a gut feeling, I think WordPress is the most popular. Blogger is the second most popular. Um, so it's been quite an amazing feeling to build software and get it merged into a relatively, you may not think it's a popular project, but it's got this massive user base behind it. We're talking about people that are literally making accounts on GitHub just to post an issue to Open Live Writer and do nothing else. So that surprised me as well. But yeah, and pretty much from there, it's sort of just spiraled into one thing after another. Just implementing those changes to the Google Blogger blog client, I was able to get a good feeling for the rest of the code base, the conventions and so on that was going on. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I could make some fixes to the DPI scaling. That seems a bit buggy
Mm,
and a bit simple to fix. And there were a lot of DPI scaling issues. And I've managed to fix a fair few of them. So one of them was that the I guess the icons in the settings pane were being scaled twice. So they're being scaled once and
oh,
then
wow.
again. Yeah, so it
Wow.
makes you wonder how that something like that happens, but that was the case. So pretty much, yeah, there's all these little things scattered all about the code base. I've sort of just been making a list, checking them off one by one, and as well, listening to the community, going through the GitHub issues, sorting them, tagging them, closing duplicates, getting information, asking for reproduction, so on and so forth. Just really trying to get some momentum behind this project because, I mean, I believe once it takes off, it's quite an amazing thing to actually have in the open source space. There's not a whole lot of things like it, to say the least. And it's got an amazing history behind it as well. Of course, being part of the Windows Live suite before it got open sourced and before that got discontinued. There's code still in there. There's still Windows Live code still in there. Um, all the resources from like all that kind of window Chrome that used to exist in 2008, 2007. That's all still in there. It's
Wow.
not used, but it's still in there. That
So
surprised me as well.
For our viewers that are watching here on .NET Conf, what's your call to action? Do you want them to go out and download, get their hands on Open Live Writer? Are you looking for folks to contribute code?
I would love pretty much anything. So definitely give it a look if you haven't given it a look in a while. We're trying to work on getting a new release out, and hopefully that happens in the next few days to a week. That will have your Blogger support, static site support. That's another big one. Along with a myriad of other bug fixes that hopefully makes the application into something that's really fun and easy to use again. And if you're feeling confident, if you've had a bit of experience with WinForms, it is an entirely WinForms app, and of course C#, then definitely dive right into that code. Myself and also John Galloway, we do sort of look over the pull requests, and we'll try and get stuff merged in as we get it. And even if you just find a bug, certainly fire off an issue. We'll take a look at that, see what we can do. And usually if it's something simple, I normally have it fixed within the week, which is, I mean, it's a great thing to do just to get this project, I guess, going. And really my honest hope for it is hopefully once it does get some momentum going, it will be just one of those projects that slowly ticks over to the side, sort of always someone working on it, that kind of deal. May not be fast development, but it's at least development in a sense.
So where can folks go to download a copy of Open Live Writer?
So that's a good question, actually. At the moment, we're distributing through our website, openlivewriter.org. However, we do sort of wish to transition to the Microsoft Store. We already have an app up on there. It's a bit of an older version, but it still works. At the moment, the main blocker behind the new release is we're attempting to sort of transition to MSIX.
Okay.
A bit hard if you have like a 19-year-old or 18-year-old Windows app, WinForms and the whole lot. But we're getting there. I do have a bit of a working demo on my local machine, hopefully. And pretty much once we do get that going, it's probably going to be the Windows Store is where you'll find it, the Microsoft Store. And then we're also going to experiment with probably MSIX Core to get a Windows 7 and Windows 8 and 8.1 release going. Just to be clear, this is still not a full release project. This is still well in beta. We're on 0.6 at the moment, coming into 0.7. So it's, yeah, bugs everywhere, but that's the beauty of open source, isn't it?
All right, Nick, so where can I get a copy of Open Live Writer on GitHub?
So pretty much our GitHub organization, we do have one, github.com/openlivewriter. And the main repo is also called Open Live Writer. So the full address, github.com/openlivewriter/openlivewriter. On there, you can file issues, file pull requests, take a look for the code, fork it, so on and so forth. And in the README, you'll find a link to our app Vella. That's where the nightly builds happen. So every pull request, there's a build, and you can pull that installer down, install it, just goes right into your app data. Quite a clean installation.
Terrific. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Nick, here at .NET Conf, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.